Good morning. It is 7 a.m. on the 5th of July 2024, and it is day one of London Film and Comic Con. So come with me, we'll get ready, and we will head up there for the first day. This is today's outfit. It is absolutely chucking it down outside, so we have a coat. Now about 5:30-ish, and it's quieted down a lot. I think a lot of people have gone home. The weather's pants, so a lot of people have probably headed off, and it should be busier at the weekend. I mean, Fridays are always quieter anyway, because people are at work. It's just a bit more of an awkward day at a convention, but sometimes it's nice to kind of ease you into it. The weather outside is just gross. Like, it's been raining pretty much all day. Been having a wander around. I've been having an explore. I've been looking around not only the artist alley, but like the whole convention. That's why my partner always comes with me every time I do conventions, because it means that we can take it in turns. One of us can look after the stall, one of us can go have a look around, go shopping, even like eating our lunch, so that we don't have to try and serve customers while we're trying to eat. It just makes the whole thing a lot easier, basically. So he's wandered off somewhere. I think there's something to do with Star Wars going on. I'm not sure. He's got to go and check that out, whatever that is. Our stall is right by the green screen photos. So the way it's laid out this year is the artist alley is kind of at the back. From where I'm sitting, I'm facing towards the end of the hall, like the far end of the hall. So there's the main stage just over there, over to my left. Over to my right is the photo area, the green screen photo bit, and then behind me and to the left of me is more of the artist alley, and then there's the comic zone, and then there's the main retail space. All of the signings and the main meet and greet areas are all upstairs this time. So I was speaking to someone earlier, and they were saying that they've got a table right by the stairs to go upstairs, and when the doors first opened, everyone just kind of came in and went straight upstairs and kind of bypassed everyone. So, I mean, it's not ideal, but it has been a quiet one today, so hopefully over the weekend things will pick up a little bit. So while it is a bit quieter, I thought I'd just show you kind of what my stall setup is, what I've brought with me. So starting off, I have this display for all of my stickers. I used to have these just sort of stuck on an acrylic board, but I wanted something that looked a bit fancier, so this is just a picture frame that I got from a charity shop, and I made some little shelves out of wooden dowel, and they just fit all of my stickers on, and it looks a lot nicer. I spray painted it gold and then painted it, so it was all nice and pretty. Then above that we have some of my foil prints. Everything's got little price signs next to it, so there's 8 of my foil prints. I do have more of those, we'll get to those in a minute, but these are kind of like the ones that are the best sellers, so I put them up in like pride of place, so they're one of the easiest things to see. I have this down here, it's just my price list. I just printed this out and laminated it. I've got 2 card readers. I have one for me, one for my boyfriend, so we have one that's connected to each of our phones, so that if one of us wants to go and have a look around or just like needs to go to the toilet or something like that, then we don't have to leave our phone behind, so that the other one can actually like take payments. So these are some more of the foil prints. I do have more stock of these underneath, so I can just like grab them whenever people are interested. They're in like this kind of toast rack thing that I got from Temu, but yeah, it's really convenient. It fits really well in the space, so that's been working well. This was new, so we're trying that out for the first time at this convention. These are A5 foil prints. There's the little sign for them. All of these, again, are just tucked in there. This is the only thing that I have kind of all of the stock for out on the table. Everything else is kind of tucked away and I just get out what's needed. But these ones, they all fit nicely in there, so we just keep them where they are, and they're just in this card stand from eBay. And then we have the prints, we have the Stardew Valley ones all together here, and then we have A4 ones on this side and a little pegboard that just has my Instagram name on. And then as kind of decoration for it, I have this blue starry fabric that's just bulldog clipped onto the top of the grid, and these rose lights that were from Primark, and they are lit up. I just really need to change the batteries in them because they're slowly dying. The tablecloth is just a length of blue velvet fabric, and then we have a banner at the front that I made to kind of look like a friendship bracelet, and that's just some kind of polystyrene discs, some ribbon and some ping pong balls that I spray painted gold. Good morning, it's just gone 6 a.m. on the 6th of July, which means it is day 2 of London Film and Comic Con. So we're going to get ready, we are going to head up on the train, and yeah, for some reason they've changed the times for this one. So yesterday doors opened to the public at 10, but today they're opening at 9, so we have to get there a bit earlier. It's very grey outside. It's not raining yet, but I'm not holding out too much hope that it's not going to, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I just wanted to show you these trousers because look how massive the pockets are. Like, this is just a like spray bottle. Incredible, that's like all the way in there. We are. So it turns out that I'm an idiot. When I took the card readers out of my bag last night to charge them, I left them at home. So currently we don't have any card readers. So my boyfriend is currently going to Argos inside Sainsbury's, like a mile away in the rain, to go and buy another card reader. So we're off to a good start. It's still a bit quieter. I thought I'd show you some of the pins that I have in my bag. This is like my convention bag. Like, I just use this bag for conventions, and every convention I work at, I get a new pin to put on the front of it. Some of them aren't from conventions, like this one's from when I went to see Cursed Child like 7 years ago. This one's from when I went to see Kingsman: The Golden Circle a very long time ago, whenever that came out in cinemas. These three, I genuinely cannot remember where I got them from. The Starry Night one, the little frog bottle, and the unicorn skull. But this one, I know I got from London Comic Con Winter, and this was from Peach Sage, who I'll tag below. It's so cute, look at it. The Joja Cola one, my partner bought for me from, I think he got it from a shop from Etsy, but it was a Christmas present. So this can be found somewhere on Etsy. I'll ask him if I can get the link. I will put it in the description. And then this one is amazing. I got this from Moonloom, from MCM London Comic Con, when I did that in 2022, and that was the first big convention that I did. So this is one of my favourite ones. I'm someone that has the taste buds of a child, so I hate drinking just plain water. So every convention that I do, I get one of these for each day, which is just apple and raspberry sparkling water. I think it's a litre, yeah, a litre. And I will have one of them every day. There you go, that's how big it is compared to my hand. And yeah, I will have one of them a day, and I will have a drink that comes with my meal deal, which today is a Dr. Pepper. And they do also bring round a bottle of water for all of the stall holders as well, which is nice of them. Not all conventions do that. And sometimes I'll pop over and get a hot chocolate from one of the little stalls here at Olympia. Everyone's been allowed in upstairs. People have just started walking past. He's back. Does he have the goods? He has the goods. It is a little nuanced secret that you can't see if you're visiting the store. So these prints here are held up on these like toast rack type things. But there's this one print in the middle that isn't actually in any of them, because I ran out of slots in the toast rack things. So there's one just kind of floating, and I've just been sort of hoping that no one pulls anything too hard and it goes flying. But it's been alright so far. It's been working. It's quieting down, so Ed is playing a Pokemon emulator on his phone. And just like that, it's Sunday. It is the 7th of July, I think. I don't know what the date is. And it's the last day of London Comic Con. This is the pin that I got for this convention. It's the Forget-Me-Not Axolotl pin from Evie Benita. I absolutely love it. It's so cute. I'll tag her down below with the other pins as well. We're all done. It is time to go home.
Today is Monday. It is the day after London Film and Comic Con has ended. I am back home. I am exhausted. I literally spent like 12 hours sleeping last night because I was just knackered. So, for the Saturday and Sunday, you may have noticed that the videos were a little bit lacking, a little bit sporadic, and this is why. London Film and Comic Con in July 2024, for me personally, was the least successful con I have ever been to. Made back enough to pay for my table, but when you factor in things like travel costs, stock, food, everything that comes with going to a convention, I ended up at a loss, which is frustrating. Like, I know it happens, but when you are a small business, I'm a millennial in 2024. I don't have much money. So to work really hard on something and then to come out with a loss is really dejecting. And I didn't film that much over the weekend because honestly I was just feeling pants. Like, I felt so disappointed in myself that I wasn't doing well. After speaking to a few of the other artists in the Artist Alley, I know that I wasn't alone in this. A lot of people had a bit of a naff time, and I think there were a few reasons for this. After talking to a few people, we've sort of put together an idea of what we think went wrong. So, the first thing that we think had a big impact on the Artist Alley, and probably the main thing, is that all of the guests were upstairs. So if you've never been to the Olympia, the way it's laid out is you come in and you come into the massive main hall, which has the stages, it has like the main retail area, and it has the Artist Alley. And then upstairs there's a mezzanine that stretches all the way around, and that's where they had all of the guests. So the stairs to get up to the mezzanine are right in front of the entrance, which, as a guest, you know, that's really convenient. You can just come in, go straight upstairs, bosh. But we think what a lot of people did is they went in, they came upstairs, and then they just stayed upstairs. So to get to the Artist Alley, it was completely the far side of the hall downstairs. So if you were going to the stages, then, you know, you'd probably end up going past it. But if you were just there and just interested in meeting guests, you didn't really have any reason to kind of go and explore downstairs. And this kind of goes hand in hand with another problem that I think contributed to people in the Artist Alley having a bit of a naff time, which is that a lot of the guests that they had at London Film and Comic Con were from Harry Potter. Because Harry Potter is so widespread and has such an extensive fan base, even with people that aren't fans of other things at the conventions, which I think was the problem. So if you're into things like Doctor Who or, I don't know, Star Wars and stuff like that, chances are you're probably into other fandom things as well. But because Harry Potter is so popular, a lot of the people who came to come and meet people like Rupert Grint, Jessie Cave, Natalia Tennant, people like that, Devon Murray, they feasibly could have come just to meet them. And if those guests weren't there, they would not have thought twice about going to visit a convention. Like, they would not have been likely to go and visit any other Comic Cons. Which, I mean, it's not a slight on them. People like what they like, that's absolutely fine. But when you're an artist and you have a lot of people coming to a convention that maybe would not have normally come to that convention, it would explain why we would be missing out a lot on sales, and not even just sales, but also just footfall coming through the artist alley, because there were so many times throughout the day that in our little aisle there was just no one. There was just no guests looking at things. So I think that might be another issue with it. Another thing is just that autographs and photos were so expensive. So a lot of people, especially if they were coming with the sole intention of meeting someone, they would have paid 100 odd quid to do that. And that's a lot of money. So they probably didn't have the money to come down and look around in the artist alley and to buy things. At the end of the day, it's no one's fault, really. Like, I know there's been complaints before when the artist alley has been on the mezzanine upstairs, because then you have people that don't go up there, whereas this time we had the opposite problem. So it's a bit of a can't win situation. So I know that you can't win everything and you can't be successful all of the time, but when you have worked so hard and you have spent a lot of money to do something, for it to just be so unsuccessful is really, really hard. Like, it's been a tough weekend. That's not to say that it was all bad, though. There were definitely highlights to the weekend, and there were good things that came of it. Like, the people that did come to my stall and that did come into the artist alley, I had some really good conversations with. I had some really good chats too. Talked a lot about Stardew Valley, which I could talk about for years on end. I could do a whole essay and dissertation on Stardew Valley. Maybe I'll do my final uni project on Stardew Valley. So I did manage to talk to people. The biggest highlight of the weekend absolutely was the other artists within the artist alley. So Bronze and Ray and Nova, who were my kind of next stall neighbours, we had a little huddle at the end, were so brilliant and so lovely. And the other artists, because it was so quiet, we had a chance to talk to other people and network, do art swaps, chat to each other. And that was really nice, because sometimes when a convention's busy, obviously, like, it's great in terms of sales and in terms of like business sense, but sometimes when it's quiet, it is really nice to just be able to network and make friends, especially when they're friends that will be highly likely to be at future events. So it was really, really nice being able to talk to the other artists. Another thing that I didn't really talk about in the vlogs because I wasn't filming was how we sort of got there and back each day. Like, I know there's a load of clips of us getting the train and things like that. So London Film and Comic Con was a 3-day event. The open days to the public were on Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So on Thursday, we went to go and set up, which we drove to the Olympia, because I do not want to be taking all of my stock, all of my displays, everything on the train with me. It's hassle. I don't want to do it. It's a lot easier to just load up the car and drive up. However, parking at convention centres, exhibition centres, event spaces is so expensive. It's so expensive. So to do that all 3 days was just not really a practical solution. I mean, for the Olympia, there is an overground station opposite the entrance to the convention hall. Like, it's literally, you come out and you are facing the overground station. So it's really easy to get to. But, so Thursday I drove up with all of my stuff to go and set up. Driving in London's a nightmare, which is another reason why I didn't want to drive off every single day. It's so busy, people have no kind of respect for anyone else that's on the road. You have so many like delivery drivers on bikes and mopeds that just appear out of nowhere. So it's terrifying. I hate driving in London. I will avoid it as much as I can. So we drove up Thursday, set up, came back. I didn't do any video for the setup, but I did make a TikTok. So I will put that in here now, quickly, for you to see. It is vertical, because, you know, I filmed it for TikTok, but it will just give you a little idea of what it was like going to set up. Come with me to set up my stall for London Film and Comic Con at Olympia London this weekend. Here is my partner just walking down the hallway with a load of our stuff. We made a quick detour on our way to go and vote because today was general election day. And then we headed off, drove straight past Chesington World of Adventures, which apparently we're too busy to go and visit for the weekend, which I think is unfair, to be honest. The exhibitor wristbands for this event are really cool. They're kind of holographic silver and all fancy. Now we're just setting up the stall, putting all of the prints in place, making sure that everything is straight and pretty and looks nice. There's my partner doing the things that are high up because I'm short. The beads on my banner kept flipping over, so we just masking taped them to my tablecloth so they didn't keep flipping around. And there is my finished stall. If you are coming to London Film and Comic Con, let me know. So, set up on Thursday, came home. We don't live that far from London. Like, it will take us an hour and a half to get in. So financially, it made no sense for us to book a hotel in London close to the exhibition centre. It was a lot easier for us to just come home every day. So Friday we got the train in, and then we got the overground to Kensington Olympia, did the convention, overground, train home. Same thing on Saturday, and then on Sunday, because we were going to be setting up and taking everything. And then on Sunday, because we were going to be taking everything down because it was the last day of the convention, we drove in again. Now, this is where I am an idiot. Following on from me forgetting the card readers, this is a secondary instance of me being an idiot. So, we got to the car park at Kensington Olympia. The car park was full. So, it had signs outside saying, you know, pre-booked vehicles only, car park's full, can't park there. By this point, if you've ever been to the Olympia, the car park's kind of like tucked away on a corner and it's on a no-through road. So if we were to turn around, we would have literally had to pull out, do a U-turn, come back. And there was another car behind us, so we couldn't really just turn around at that point. So we ended up going into the car park, pressing the button on the ticket machine, just in case, like, you know, maybe someone had come out and there was a free space and they just hadn't moved the signs. So we went up to the machine, and this little voice from the car parking cabin starts talking and is like, have you pre-booked? And we were like, no. And he was like, well, it's full, you can't park here. And me being me, instantly starts panicking. Like, I hate driving in London. I do not know my way around London, especially the area that the Olympia's in, because it's not in central London, it's kind of tucked away at the side. So I was instantly like, what do I do? I don't know where any other car parks are. I need to be able to get in and go and man my stall. Like, the doors open before too long. By the time I've gone, found another car park, parked, and then walked back to the Olympia, who knows what time it's going to be. Like, I need to go and run it. And I don't know if it's because the car parking guy, bless his heart, heard me having a little panic, going like, I don't know what to do, because I'm the one that drives. My partner doesn't drive, so the car parking guy was talking to me and being there like, I don't know what to do, I don't know where to park. And he was like, are you going to be there all day? And I was like, yeah, we're working in the exhibition hall. We're going to be there like for the entire convention. And it was like, all right, I'll let you in. So we managed to park in a completely full car park, even though it wasn't completely full. So there were loads of spaces. I get that there were ones that were probably pre-booked, that people hadn't turned up yet. But we think a lot of it was vans that had booked 2 spaces and then found out their vehicle could fit in 1. So we managed to get in, we managed to park. So thank you so much to the car park attendants at Motorrail Olympia car park for literally saving my ass, because I do not know what I would have done. Would I do London Film and Comic Con again? Possibly. I think I would need to do more research about who the guests were to begin with. I think doing a Harry Potter convention, like a very Harry Potter heavy convention, is maybe not the best idea for my business personally. But that's not to say I wouldn't do that convention again. Like, it was busy, but everyone was just upstairs. Like, a few times my partner and I would take it in turns to go have an explore, look around the convention hall, and we went upstairs and we saw loads of people in cosplays that you'd recognise if they walked past you, like quite unique cosplays. And we saw loads of people upstairs that we knew had not come downstairs at all. So we know that people were just going upstairs and staying there. So yeah, I would maybe do it again. I would just need to check who the guests were. I mean, I'm doing the winter one in November, I think it is. And I know that the main guest that they've announced so far is Ncuti Gatwa, who's currently Doctor Who. Well, the Doctor, not Doctor Who. TV show's called Doctor Who, character's called the Doctor. Before anyone comes for me in the comments and is like, well, actually, no. I know, it's fine. So I will be doing that one. I've done the spring one before, I've done the winter one before. You know, I'll be back. Like, I enjoy the events. It is just kind of frustrating. So I'm not saying this to kind of put anyone off or to put anyone on blast or to make anyone look bad. I just wanted to share my experience from the convention, and that's how it was from my perspective. It was a fun weekend, but it wasn't a profitable weekend. It wasn't a good weekend from a business standpoint, and you know, it is what it is. But yeah, that was my weekend at London Film and Comic Con. If there's any other videos about conventions that you'd like me to make, then please let me know, because I love talking about artist alleys. I love talking about conventions. So if you want to see anything like what I bring, how I got into it, how I decide on what products to bring and things like that, let me know, because I would be really happy to make more videos about this. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you've got to this point of the video and stuck around, thank you, because I know this is going to be longer than any video I've done before. So thank you for sticking around, thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.